Peter Gray from the AU Review. Hello, Danny. Hello, Michael.
What's up? What's this collection? Is
I
that
see
Blu-ray?
it.
Blu-ray?
A bit of physical media, I see.
That is all Blu-rays and 4Ks right there.
Yeah, let's
Yours,
go.
talk to me is teased down there somewhere.
Yeah. I thought you were pointing to your bin. Yeah, talk to me is in the
Yeah,
corner.
I put that in the bin earlier.
Well, I mean, I spoke to you for Talk to Me and a few backstage chats of like the actors a few years ago. So it's awesome to talk to you again to see just the insane success that has come from Talk to Me to this. I saw Bring Her Back last night. Triggered beyond belief. It was like it's the feel bad movie of the year, but I mean that in the best way possible. But I wanted to say for everyone that sort of wants Untouched by the Veronicas to be like the new national anthem, I like that you've like just been like, nah, we're gonna fuck that song right up with its
And somehow it still feels upbeat to me.
Yeah, it's a homage.
It's a homage to the Veronicas.
I also one of the first things I wanted to ask was where grapefruit came from. If that's like something between the both of you, was that something that like was thought of? Where did that sort of start? Because I loved that aspect of their relationship here.
Yeah, so you draw from so many different places when you're writing, and so many real places as well. So I don't use the word grapefruit, but my co-writer does. And that's his
Right.
code word of people that are saying like, I'm being serious, this is not a joke, grapefruit. And yeah, it just felt so rich and so right for these characters.
Because I feel like Andy and Piper feel so lived in as people. Like, did your own sibling relationship sort of like inform their relationship on screen in any way?
Well,
Only when they're fighting each other.
yeah, when they're fighting, that might be me and Michael. But it's actually a friend and his little sister. It's really based on their relationship. And when they are entering new places, because she's non-sighted, he's constantly guiding her and like mapping the world out for her. And it's a really beautiful relationship that they have. So there was more drawn on that. Definitely not me and Michael.
And like obviously the horror here is still supernatural, but it feels more like based in like an emotional mentality. Like is there an approach for the both of you like regarding tension that like differs from supernatural to the emotional? Like are there tools that you implement that like to I guess exacerbate that visceral feeling that we're feeling?
Yeah, it's more psychological, and so I'd say what Laura's doing in a way is more terrifying than the supernatural stuff because it's grounded in a reality. She's a therapist, and she knows how to fix people, but she's using her abilities not to heal but to break, and she understands these things, and she's got a goal. She has an ulterior motive, and that's what a lot of the movie is. It's what you see, what you don't see, truth and lies, the layers of someone. She's outwardly bubbly, but there's this undertone that's not right with her. So there's so much thematically that ties in, and it's cool in the script writing process when you get to that point where everything clicks and makes sense on all those different layers.
Yeah, she would like that because it's like we're meant to like I feel like we love Sally Hawkins in everything. So I guess to have her in this was a real sort of like I guess trip because she was so frustrating as a character because like we know like we can see what she's doing and no one else can. Like so when it came to Sally Hawkins, because I believe what she was like the first person that you thought of, she's the first person you reached out to. Was there ever a case of like if we don't get Sally Hawkins, because like in like insane incredible performance, but like how did you sort of think of her for a role that we are never expecting her to play?
She's such a strong character actor, and every performance she does, she's playing someone completely different. And it was so exciting that she'd never done a proper genre film before or played a character like this. So that was so exciting. And it was our producer Samantha Jennings that I gave us the nudge and said, have another look at Sally's work because I'd seen a couple of her films, but when I really went down that rabbit hole and like watched her filmography, she's mind blowing. It's so incredible, and yeah, we thought she wouldn't say yes. And the call was so amazing with her. She was such a beautiful collaborator. She's such a gentle soul. It's crazy to see her go to the places that she did.
I feel like it's always like the nicest people that are able to like do the darkest stuff on screen. And one of the things that like I guess really spoke to me as like, because I was like, as someone who's like lost their father, it was like, oh, there were moments of this film that, yeah, I was like, I can see my way into this. And I was like, there's that sense that, you know, like grief is kind of like inherited, or it's like passed down in the way that we see it in this. Like, did you sort of, I guess, conceptualize grief as like a legacy rather than like an isolated feeling? Was that sort of something that you thought of?
Well, it feels like Laura's grief is she's not like reaching out to people, and she's trapped herself inside her own home and in this circle, and she's pulling people into this dark place. And only if they can break out of it are they going to be free of this thing. And she's turning somebody into a monster. She's hurt, and she's hurting someone else, and in turn, they're hurting other people. And it's this cycle that's happening, and it's terrifying. So. Yeah, it doesn't feel as generational to me as it does like a really morbid isolation.
And like with, as in like with Sally Hawkins sort of in this role, well, did you ever sort of, I guess, find yourself rewriting scenes or reevaluating after like you see what she's done? Like she's bringing this emotional nuance and like this vulnerability that maybe you hadn't expected.
Yeah, it was, once she came down to Australia and we started going through scene by scene and breaking it down, that was a process in itself, and some things would change but the beats overall didn't. But I guess some stuff that was supposed to be scary turned more sad, because she connected with the character on such a human level. It was this inherent sadness about it. It's a tragedy, and Laura is not a bad person. She's like life has turned her into this, and she's lost her sanity, and that's the most heartbreaking thing. And then so there's certain scenes that when it was written out scary, but then it would change.
Yeah,
I guess the scene that was I'm assuming was always written out to be scary was the knife teeth scene. I was like the sound design in that sequence was like almost more terrifying than what we see. What we see I had like such a visceral reaction to that, and I love horror, but that was pushing it. But I was like, is that one of those things that when you're writing it, you're like, this is the scene that's gonna really like mess people up, or like did you have any idea of that at all?
well, yeah, like I know that bothers me. Like that sound and those sounds of metal and teeth bothers me. And the way that we actually accomplished it, like with all the rubber knives and everything that we did on set, was I actually chewed on knives for the sound. So our sound designer had the microphone up right onto my mouth, and I was like,
disgusting.
You can't fake the sound. And so I like that you can look away from the screen, but you're gonna hear it as well. So yeah, I like it bothers me, and then putting that on screen, you're like, surely that's gonna bother other people as well, which is yeah, always fun in a horror movie.
It bothered in the best way possible. I'm so excited for everybody to see this film. Like I want everyone to walk into this and just not know what they're getting themselves into. Like you guys just have absolutely mastered horror. I can't wait to see what you guys do next. I'm like just super excited for everything. Thank you so much for taking this time out, and congratulations again. Just awesome stuff, guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks for chatting with us again.
Thank you,
No
Peter.
worries. Thank you.